Hey guys, I want to talk to you about fasting, how to fast and why we fast. But first, take a look at this ebook that my team put together for the challenge that starts tomorrow on Thursday. It's a 12-day retreat that you do in the privacy of your own home. These are the hosts, Brittany, Jasmine, Jeff, Tatiana, Fallon, and Dr. J up here. And we practice 4 modalities. We practice fasting, gratitude, yoga, and strength training. And each day, here's a table of live classes. Each day, your practice is laid out. You have recorded practice to choose from and live practice. And we will email you the live practices if you miss them. You simply click on the links that are embedded in there and you go to the instruction. For example, this yin yoga practice with Brittany, boom, it opens right up to her class. Okay? It's very, very, very simple. It's all about how the mind and body auto-enact and how we can fill ourselves with prana once we engage the energy of solitude and we walk away from the worldly energy. We stop constituting ourselves from the outside and we feel our inner resources. This is all about harnessing your power and your potential by refining the relationship with your own self. So why do we fast? This is a very good question. A simple reason is it's the age-old remedy for illness. Our ancestors have been doing it naturally in times of scarcity. They've had to fast and live on their body fat to get through those tough times. But in a very simple sense, it eradicates disease. When the body is drained of its ordinary fuel source, which is glycogen, okay? When it's drained of glycogen, it will turn on itself and start to chew and metabolize and catalyze the fat cells, your fat stores. So this is a process of ketosis where the brain, through a process of gluconeogenesis, breaks down fat into ketones, which it can function on. The brain uses 25 to 33% of all of our calories. So the fat stores allow the brain to keep going while it's empty of glycogen. Now, this process is really interesting because it will turn on itself and start to eat weak cells, senescent cells. These are cells that are defunct, no longer replicate, but they stick around and they're beat up cells. So you have weak cells, disease cells, fungus, bad bacteria, viruses, okay? The body will turn on itself and you will feel clean as a whistle. So number 1, we heal disease and sickness and our own illness through fasting. It's an age-old remedy that works up to the modern times. The other reason we fast is to exert will. We cannot let the body have its way with us all the time, okay? We cannot give the body food every time it wants food, sex every time it wants sex, and sleep every time it wants sleep. If we do this, we become a weak-willed person who is a slave to desire, and this is no way to live, and I don't invite you to live this way. You must absolutely challenge yourself, and a fast is such a thing. It's will, it's mind over matter. It's exerting willpower over the body so that in times of stress, as we are going through now, you may need that extra inner reserve, that mental fortitude, that depth of knowing that you are a finisher, someone who can get to the other side of what they say they're going to do. So it's an exciting opportunity, and I invite you onto this practice because I've been doing it for a very, very long time. I do 4 fasts per year. I am not certain about which one I'll do. I'll share about how I'll come to that decision in a moment. So those are the reasons why we fast, which brings me to how to fast. How to fast is very important. You can go to a water fast, okay? A water fast is just what it is. 3 days, 72 hours, Thursday at 5 p.m., no more food, and then only water till Sunday at 5 p.m. That is hardcore. I recommend, if you do that fast, to not work too much, to pull back from your duties, your obligations. If you have children, that's going to be a very difficult one. You may have to pick another option. That is not a beginner's fast. You may want to choose intermittent fasting as an option. So choice number one is a water fast. The how to the fast is, when you make a choice, you absolutely have to stick to it. It's like running a marathon, okay? You can't decide, I'm going to play it by ear and water fast on Thursday and Friday, and then get weak-willed and hungry and eat a large meal on Saturday night. That is going to break the mental portion, the mental fortitude. You're working against the weight of the past and your habits and your tendencies. So the key, one of the keys to the fast, is to pick one of my suggested levels of fasting, which I will go through all the levels that you can choose from, and stick to it no matter what until Sunday at 5 p.m. Your will and your devotion are in charge. This muscle is in charge of the fast. This, the thing higher, the spirit, is in charge of the fast. So your will and your devotion will get you through. I want to ask you why. Why are you fasting? Okay? What is the reason? Maybe you feel sick. Maybe you feel out of sorts. Maybe you feel like you've been digesting too much media. Well, I'll tell you what it will do is you're going to reconfigure the way the neurons connect with one another. Okay? Your tendencies and habits have been causing electricity from cells in here to flow specifically through the same channels down here, and you're repeating a bunch of patterns. You are nothing but an accumulation of patterns through time. I'm going to say that again. You are an accumulation of patterns in an unbroken stream of patterns all the way through your ancestors, through the current expression of the genome. Now you are making a choice to break those patterns, so you need practices that send electricity in new directions. And fasting is a very powerful way to change your neurology. Trust me, I've been there. I've done many of them. And you can reboot yourself. So remember, the heart and the will are in charge. The energy of digestion is what we call samana vayu. It's a side-to-side motion. Our ancestors in the jungles of Peru and South America characterized this area by the snake, the cosmic snake, the winding snake, like the python, the not so dangerous snake like the viper, the anaconda, these snakes. This is the energy of digestion. You're going to free yourself up from having to break down food that composes your body and your mind. Now, take that extra energy and meditate. I am going to figure out what type of fast I want to do. I'm a little bit reluctant to go water fast because I'm doing a lot of work, a lot of writing. I'm doing the Better Man Retreat, and I'm writing another ebook with programs for a men's health retreat. So I kind of wanted to keep working, so a water fast might be difficult. So I'm going to sit in this space and bathe my mind in silence. I sit on these blocks, I wrap my feet in this cloth, and the flame evaporates the nonsense. It burns away all of the, I guess, impurities, you could say, that are in the field of thought, and it helps me get clear. It will help me figure out if I want to do, I'm going to veer away from food. What you're seeing me work with here is a supplement I use for gut health and energy and vitality. It's called Taka, T-A-K-A. I stir it in water, and I take 2 of these a day. So one Taka, one packet will make, I'll use it for twice the amount of water that you see. So I can one in the morning. I could just do taka. I have a juice machine here. So I have juice. I may do juice. I could do water. My meditation tonight will help me to figure out what level of fasting I want to get right into. So the energy that you free up from digestion, use that energy to figure out things like where you should be living in 2021. Do you want to move? What type of work do you want to move towards that is most meaningful to you? What type of communities do you want to thread into and connect and build around you? These are really important questions that when we're not churning away on the conveyor belt of food that surrounds us all the time, we really free up and unlock a lot of energy that can be harnessed and applied towards spiritual pursuits. The key to the fast is to pick one of these three levels. You can drink water the whole time. That's going to be the most powerful. If you do the water fast, please don't drive. Try to not work too much. Try to minimize negotiations or working things out in relationships that are not resolved. Just be as shrouded as you can in your own little world for 3 days if you water fast. The next level is to do a ketogenic coffee, which is in your PDF ebook. There's a link that shows you how to make, you just blend coffee with ghee, coconut oil, or butter, or a little bit of all three. You want high fat blended into your coffee or your tea. You can do just a ketogenic beverage, or you can do the ketogenic beverage and 1 meal per day. So in the morning, you have a high-fat coffee. You can drink liquids like water or like the taka, and you have one big meal so your body nourishes itself, fills up, and then you get to clean the pipes again. So you pick a specific level. You have choices in your ebook that you can choose, but make sure it's like when you run a marathon. You can't, at the 20th mile, change off course and go your own way. You have to finish the path of the marathon. The New York City Marathon is carved out in a specific path that goes through all 5 boroughs. You want to experience all 5 boroughs. You don't want to miss out on the Bronx or Brooklyn or Queens. You want to course through the whole thing so you can be in process and get as much as you can from that process. Make a specific choice and stick to it no matter what. Get to the other side of what you said you were going to do. So your last meal for the retreat will be Thursday by 4 p.m. If you can't do 4, do 12 p.m. But shut it down. Thursday at 4 p.m. is your last meal. Make it fortifying, whatever that means to you, whatever your ideology is, whatever your preferences are, whatever your autoimmune issues might be, however you constitute yourself in a stable, grounding manner. Choose a meal that is super, super grounding. For me today, I had chickpeas with a salad on top, curried chickpeas with a salad on top, and my chickens provide eggs. I had 4. These are as organic and as free range as they get. The chickens are out 16 hours a day. So I had 4 eggs, chickpeas, and veggies, a salad. That was super, super grounding. I'm not hungry. That meal I had at like 1:32 p.m. and I'm fine. I'm probably not going to eat anything else again before bed. So your last meal is Thursday at 4 p.m. You're not eating from 5 p.m. on. Really important to be with the journal. The questions have been formulated for you to be in a process. When you tell the world no, okay, this is the way you constitute, you're eating the world, you're eating the environment to compose yourself, then you're saying no to the worldly energy. The questions in your journal are formulated to inspire new thoughts. It's inspiring spirituality, community, and a deep relationship of love and acceptance with yourself. My aim is to help you make peace with all of your decisions in life up to this point. I wish for you to realize that all of your decisions, the good and the bad as you code them, have made you get to here where you can hear this eternal truth that you are perfect and you are whole and you are complete as you are now. I'm waiting for you to realize this truth on retreat with me. So please do the journal questions. They were formulated with a lot of consciousness, a lot of thought by the team, only for you to get the most out of the Mind Body Reboot virtual retreat. So this, for me, is a way of sharing what I've harnessed in a way that can be accessible to the world. This process that we are in together is community-based, and I want you to use the hashtag MindBodyReboot. If you're going through something deep, do a post on your story, do a post on your feed, and check the hashtag and tap into the community of like minds. Our outer world is crumbling. Look at what is happening in America. There's so much dissent being funded by outside sources. The squabbling and the fighting between Americans. This is intentional. We are Americans. We are a community. And if you come together in your heart knowing that the human race, every human being, every living being, is deeply, deeply, deeply connected at the level of spirit, we would treat each other with more compassion. We can turn this thing around. This is just a sign of what direction we can go in. It's an opportunity for an about face, but the government is not going to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it in our own hearts, here, and then with the people that we come in contact with vibrationally. So this is deep work. Please use the hashtag if you feel like reaching out to others who are on the path and doing the retreat with you. And it is not too late to bring a friend along. Thursday at 4:59 p.m. we close the retreat. So up till Thursday at 4:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you may go on my website, jaisugram.com, and sign up for the retreat immediately. The PDF will come to you in an email. You can download it, and all the instructions and videos are embedded in the book, along with descriptions of each practice. We have 6 amazing hosts that are here to guide you. You're going to connect spiritually, energetically, personality-wise with 1 or 2 of us more than others, which is why this kind of variety and exposure is really, really good. And I want you to tune in to my Instagram Live on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm going to give a short welcome talk about how to have a kick-ass retreat, how to get the most out of this experience individually and collectively. So it's been an awesome, awesome, awesome pleasure to talk to you tonight about the Mind Body Reboot Retreat and the keys to successful fasting.